day and thank you for joining us right here in the UAE at the Deliveroo head office. We are here to celebrate International Women's Day, and the theme for International Women's Day this year is Each for Equal. What does that exactly mean? It's about collective individualism. It's about how you carry what the definition of Women's Day means to you every day in your everyday life. What we have decided to do this year is celebrate this occasion by inviting 7 F&B personalities right here to the office where we can have a discussion, a day in the life of what they go through to explain exactly what Each for Equal means to them. Let me just jump right in and introduce you to the lovely ladies around this table. We have Hadiya Al-Khatib from the Rooster Tisserie, Susie Croft from 1762, Rowan Camel from Cloud Restaurants, Marnie Emmelman from Deliveroo. We have Baby Kate from Five Guys, Shirley Ali from Something Baked, and last but not least, Alia El Alami from Lucy's Bakery. Thank you all for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Yes, should we just get right into it?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're just going to kick off with a question that maybe a lot of you would have a story behind it, or perhaps it's just something you haven't even thought of and this is the first time hearing this. If your 8-year-old self could be sitting in front of you right now, what would you tell her? Who wants to begin?
So I think this one's easy for me. I have a 9-year-old daughter, so I'm consistently always telling her this on a daily basis. Just be yourself, be strong, exercise. I think that's a good one. I mean, I started exercising later on in life and it just puts you in a good mood. It releases some good endorphins, and she's learned to be super athletic. She'll beat the boys in swimming, and so yeah, that's what I would keep telling myself.
I would add to that she has to be flexible and be open to the world around her. I think we live in an ever-changing world, and she should, how she defines success and happiness should grow with the world around her.
It's gonna be tough, but learn from it, work hard, you're gonna get to your end goal where you want to go.
Yeah, I don't think our kids fail enough, right?
It's a bit too
easy. They need to understand that you're gonna fail and it's gonna be okay, and it's probably gonna be for the best too, right?
Because you're gonna learn from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's really important. You've just got to believe in yourself. Trust your own instincts and not be intimidated and coerced into being exactly like everybody else.
Yeah.
We're all individuals. We've got a lot of different strengths and abilities, and we should trust in that.
Yeah.
Baby K, life is really tough. Be courageous. Yeah, be patient, and just be kind, because you never go wrong with kindness.
So ladies, after a long day, even if it's been a bad day, what do you tell yourself, or what do you do?
So you basically close up everything. I do not touch work.
Okay.
Disconnect. Whether I go out with my friends or put on a movie, but I have to just make sure that I am not thinking about work, which is hard to do.
It's very hard.
Oddly enough, being in the F&B business, my way to just totally relax is cooking.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I got into it in the beginning anyway, but it is my absolute relaxation and disconnect is to just have some friends over and cook.
Yeah.
I love it.
When are we coming over?
Yeah.
At what point did you just stop and say, that's cool, I want to do that, I want to be something?
So yeah, there was nothing one exact person. I think it just came from a lot of different things that kind of set the bar high, and you just say, I want to be like that. Madonna had that crazy confidence. I want to have that confidence. The tennis player had that great sportsmanship. I want to have that. So it's just all these amazing personalities, and I want it all.
Yeah. I always look up to my mom because she's a single parent. So it's like all the hardship. I said to myself, one day I might be able to give her a nice life. Yeah, I think this is why I'm here, you know, working outside the country. And eventually, I can say that I'm blessed and I'm lucky enough.
Can everyone think of something that just bothers them? What are your pet peeves?
Not too many things annoy me, but I get really annoyed when people are late for dinner.
It's messiness.
Yeah.
Messiness and wastage, and especially when you're in the kitchen and you're creating like new products and you're back and forth on things and you have failed batches. It's messiness and wastage together, and it's just so annoying for me sometimes.
Yeah.
If anything can drive me crazy, lack of common sense.
Yeah.
You can't teach it.
No.
How important is a support structure in your life? And if you maybe not have those tools or someone or people out there to support you, what would you say to them, and how can you overcome that to achieve greatness and continue to evolve in your career?
I think support system is very important. It fuels you when you run out of energy. I can say that I'm lucky enough to have a lot. I have friends, I'm very friendly. Even a person that will pass by, and then, you know, if I have a problem, I can share easily the problem. I don't know, it's just like, I'm just blessed that I have family, I have friends. I might die if I don't have support system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the support system comes on different levels though. So you have the support system of your direct family, your husband, your family, outside parents, etc. Then you have the hired support system. And then you have the friends, of course, support system. I think all of them are extremely important. I mean, for myself, at home, being an entrepreneur, you need that support system because you don't have that 9-to-5 job where your child can be in aftercare at the same time while you're at work, and you leave at the exact same time every single day. As an entrepreneur, we're always working, right? Sometimes we need to just do something earlier than usual or later than usual, and we need to get it done. That's where either your husband will come in and do the other things that he needs to do. There's complete equality there. Or, you know, you get your hired help to help, you know, and they end up becoming like family to us.
Absolutely.
Right?
I couldn't agree
We need
more.
it.
Yes.
I could never, ever have got the company to the level it's at now if I hadn't had the support of my close friends. I mean, one of my closest friends, she literally became second mum to my kids.
We need to learn to ask for help. Like, it's okay to ask for help. You know, we're lucky that we've all had support systems over here, but for a lot of people in the Middle East, they're far away from their families. And so they don't actually have that. But then nowadays, there are groups and there are platforms and there are networks, and you can kind of reach out, and like you said, you can make friends and get your friends to pick up your kids or take care of things for you, and just be okay with not doing everything yourself sometimes.
I was fortunate enough to meet so many amazing people. We made such great friends. Like, our friends now are like our family. It's like our family away from our family.
Amazing when that happens.
It is. It's literally, and they're always there to support us. Like, they celebrate like everything with us, like the good, like they're there for us in the bad, they're there for us in the good. Like I said, they're our family away from our family.
It's the family you get to choose. At what point did you know, this is it, this is what I want to do?
I'm the type of person that can sit and do nothing. Like like I itch, you know, I have to do something. So when I started baking at home, like it was a newfound love, I guess, for baking. And it went on from there, you know, like I tried to like sell and everything online, and it worked well. I felt like it was something that I always wanted to do, I guess. And with all the hardships that Lucy's, you know, like has, it's totally worth it. You know?
I started working in, you know, another company that I personally reached out to myself, you know. Again, they didn't find me. I said, I want to work for you. I'm going to contact you, and this is what I want to do. And then slowly it just became like, okay, I love branding. I love food, and I love the content creation of food, whether it comes between menu creation, recipe creation, the advertising, the marketing side of it all, and just putting the food out there for everybody. So I feel like that's when I realized what I wanted.
balancing motherhood, just, living the dream, just talking to my husband about something I'm so passionate about, building it together, and I didn't realize it takes time. I thought that, I'm going to quit my job, I'm going to jump right into doing this business, and it's going to be all there waiting for me. And I realized it's not the case, obviously. And that even, being my own boss, I had to put more hours. There's still a lot of tears in between. It's harder. But at least I chose to be, to follow my dream.
Marnie, are you seeing more in Deliveroo now, a lot of these stories and cases where it started off as a passion and then it turned into a business? And I mean, I'm sure you see so many different types of homegrown stories here at Deliveroo.
No, definitely. Like when you see like the amount of effort that restaurateurs put into their restaurants, like all the time and effort, like inspiration where it came from, it's amazing. It's really, if I'm having a bad day at work, I'm like, look at what other people you can do. Look at what wonderful work other people produce as well. Like just keep going. You can do it. But yeah, I've definitely seen.
A lot of success stories and fun stories to follow.
Exactly. Yeah.
When the whole concept of reaching out to someone and they don't have to come into your restaurant and you're able to have a virtual brand, or you're able to deliver an item to their home, or like you said, you had an order for 3,000 and you deliver it to them. Did that kind of change your whole paradigm of thinking of F&B, where it was traditionally brick and mortar, they come into your...
Yeah, absolutely. We're building another brand, and we're focusing very much on the online, and not necessarily so much on the 1762 locations as such, but more about the online, the delivery, and different concepts that can spring off from what we currently are doing. It's just another way almost of just packaging it.
Yeah.
Because we're already doing so much, but there's an awful lot that people don't necessarily know we're doing if they don't come into 1762.
Okay.
Whereas if we put it online, it's much more visible.
Yeah.
For people to know what we're doing in our delis, they've got to physically come in and really look at it, unless they're catching something on social media. But if you have it on a delivery platform, it's there, everyone can see it.
Yeah, it's definitely a tool for marketing, right? For Cloud Restaurants, we're purely a delivery-only virtual restaurant, multi-brand concept. So that's all I have. I don't have a brick and mortar. We just do the delivery-only restaurants and Cloud Restaurants. And for us, what we like to do is, because the customer doesn't have that touch point like they do with 1762, I want to make sure that they have a touch point with the food when it gets delivered. So I will put, our branding is so important to us, our messaging on the menu, the way we talk to the customers, our photography, little extra things like, our fortune cookies and Go Chinese, for instance, they're customized to say funny things like, you're going to get a penthouse in Burj Khalifa. It's relatable to Dubai, and for our Dubai customers, sometimes we'll give out what do they call, placemats also, to make them feel like they're doing a bit of fine dining, but through Deliveroo, right? So, it's fun. It's really interesting. I enjoy it more because I feel like in brick and mortar you have to focus so much on so many different elements, whereas with the virtual restaurant you're really focusing on the most important things: food quality, branding, delivery.
Lucy's, by the way, is online based.
Purely online.
Yeah, because when we first got the location, it's a horrible location. It's not seen at all.
Yeah.
So I had to divert to online delivery.
Yeah.
And we only operate on that, either delivery or pickup. And it's basically the branding, how it speaks to the customers, and that's what drags them in.
Yeah.
That's why, like, you would find people like really liking the packaging, the quality of the food, and how you deliver it to them. Everything has to be like in like a proper way, and that's this is what people are looking for. They can have it in the comfort of anywhere, you know, like at home, at work, you know.
Yeah, it's definitely harder.
Definitely
I'm noticing that with the broth lab. It's definitely way harder to promote a brand that doesn't have the brick and mortar behind it. I've realized that it takes a lot of more branding, but again, the emphasis on the bond you create between the customer virtually.
I mean, look at Tinder. People are
Yeah.
getting married.
Exactly.
Tinder now, so that's what we want to do. I need that bond with people and my brands.
Yeah.
So weaving in a bit of this topic, like Women's Day, and I know we all kind of went off on a tangent, but it's very interesting because I think we all can agree that people's lives are changing and our habits are changing, and maybe gone are the days where we have to juggle so much where a fresh pie is coming out of your oven and you're spending 3 hours cooking. So would you say that with more women working, with women being busy, and you know, again, that whole traditional, you see commercials on TV till now, that the woman's getting dinner ready, and so do you think that this has something to do with delivery increasing?
You're absolutely right. Cooking needs to be fun again.
Yeah.
When you're doing it every single day because it's a chore,
it's a chore.
it no longer is fun.
I was out of the
That's
country 2 weeks ago, and I was literally ordering food
Yeah.
for my children
I do
on
that.
Deliveroo,
Yeah.
change location, Dubai,
Yeah.
my home, and I'm like feeding my children while being abroad. I felt like I'm killing it.
Us as busy women, and you don't even have to be busy, maybe you just don't feel like it.
Yeah.
This might apply to most of you, and Marnie, soon with you. What do you think about bringing kids to work sometimes if you need to? Can children be in your work world?
If we
What?
bring their digital stuff with them, yes.
My son, he's not that interested so far. It's basically like, well, how much will you pay me? I don't know if that was the angle you were saying.
No,
about bringing
I
the
think
kids
I
to
think
work.
it could be a
But
blend because
I put them
sometimes
to work if I bring them to
Sure.
I love that we have that privilege to, you know, bring the kids if we want to or we need to. But even for those who can't, like at the Rooster Rotisserie, I told the chef he was working difficult hours in the beginning, and his wife started a new job, and he was like, I don't have a stay-at-home nanny, and what do I do? And I was like, bring your kid to work.
how do you overcome guilt as a mother, as a friend? Maybe you don't see your friends as often as you'd like to socially. Professionally, you're not giving work as much as you should because you're giving too much to your home life. Like, how as a woman have you over the years just learned to overcome this term? And
So I think it's important for you to not get so, I think we're extremely passionate also. I know we don't want to do the whole, you know, defining men and women, but I think we're naturally just so passionate about things that we do. So I think we get super passionate about whether, am I doing more? Am I doing enough? And I think we are. Like, we are doing more than enough. I think you need to just kind of sit back and just look at yourself from above and be like, okay, chill out.
I was racked with guilt. First few years, absolutely. But I think as well it takes people to good friends to actually put it in
Perspective.
Yeah.
Another thing as well, like if I'm feeling guilty, like say for example I was working late and I get home very late and I'm like, I see my husband, I'm like, I'm sorry. I just think as well, like I can't do anything about it. Just focus on going, it is what it is.
And the next day.
And the next day. Just don't think about it. Just live in the moment now. Think of how you can make it better at that moment. But to not think about it as much looking back on the day that you spent.
Less emotional, more rational.
Yeah.
It's great.
So, like, before we wrap up, just if you can think of, to go around the table, one word that defines either yourself or what you think a woman is, a strong woman, just whatever, top of your mind. Marnie.
Loving.
Strong and bold.
All encompassing.
About us being more of multitaskers.
And elaborate empathy.
Selfless.
We're like omnipresent. We're everywhere all the time.
We're strong.
And thank you for joining us here today in Dubai for International Women's Day, each for equal. And I think that everyone had their own story to really demonstrate what this means. I'm Farah Sawaf, and thank you all for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yeah.
I was going to tell you, introduce yourself in the end.